What's up YouTube, it's Turbo13. Today I'm going to give you guys my full review of the iPad mini. Alright, so I've been using the iPad mini since the day it came out. I got it for pre-order and it got shipped to me the day it was released. I've been using it ever since. I pretty much use it every single day. It kind of replaced my old iPad just because of how tiny it is. Like, I can hold it in one hand. You guys can see how tiny it is right here. And I'm going to talk to you guys about a bunch of different things today. The specs, the design of it, and all the stuff that comes with it as well. So we're going to first start with the design. So the iPad mini now comes in a black and slate and a white and silver, just like the iPhone 5, how that was released as well. You can get either one of those. They come in 16, 32, and 64 gig configurations for the memory, how much storage you can get with it. The new iPad mini has a 7.9 inch screen with a resolution of 1024 by 768, and that is not a Retina display. And I know a lot of people were kind of angry about that, but really having a screen this small with the 7.9 inch display, it really doesn't make that big of a difference. I mean, if you're coming from an iPad 4 or an iPad 3 with the Retina display, you will definitely be able to tell. The pixel density is 163 ppi, and with the 7.9 inch screen, it really helps having a smaller screen with less pixels. It doesn't make it that big of a deal, but if you're coming from a Retina display, you will be able to tell the difference. On the right hand side, you're going to find the volume rockers. They are split just like the iPhone 5s are split, and the mute and hold switch as well. You're also going to find on the top is a microphone jack, a hold switch for the sleep and wake button, as well as a 3.5mm headphone jack. Nothing on the left side, and on the bottom you're going to find the new lightning cable and the two stereo speaker grills as well. People were kind of confused if it was going to be stereo or mono, and it actually turned out to be a stereo. And it actually does sound pretty good on the iPad mini. And one thing I gotta say is I do love this design. I do love the colors with it. The black and slate is my favorite. I have the iPhone 5 version of the black and slate, and it really does look cool. The white and silver also does look good as well, but I just prefer the black and slate. If you guys want to see the iPad mini with the white and silver, just go check that out at a local Apple store, and you guys will be able to pick that up and check it out for yourself. All right, a little bit more specs on the design. It's a 7.87 inches by 5.3 inches by 7.2 millimeters. This is only 7.2 millimeters thin. It is an extremely thin device that Apple made. All right, that's pretty much it for the design, so I'm going to hop into the specs of this thing. Basically, this is a smaller iPad 2. It's running the A5 processor, which is what the iPad 2 had, has the exact same resolution as the iPad 2. Same battery life and everything exactly as the iPad 2. Like I said, this is pretty much a smaller version of the iPad 2. So is it worth the amount of money for it? That's going to be at the end of the video. I'm really going to talk about it, but it's up to you guys to decide that. Battery life, you do get 10 hours out of it on Wi-Fi and 9 hours if you're using 4G. The price point starts at $329. It goes up to $429 and $529 for these 32 and 64 gigabyte versions, and just add $130 to each of those configurations to get the 4G price as well. Now, even though this is running the A5 processor, it runs games amazingly. I really do not notice any lag at all. Like here, I'm playing Infinity Blade 2, and it runs just great. I really cannot tell the difference between this and the iPad 4. You might be able to load apps a little bit faster, but you really won't tell that big of a difference when you're running games, especially when you're switching between games and that kind of stuff. Really, the only thing you're going to see is boot up time of the game, not the actual iPad itself, but other than that, you're not going to see that big of a difference. And now the cameras are actually really good for an iPad. They have the exact same specs as the newest iPad. It has a 720p FaceTime camera on the front, as well as a 1080p HD video camera on the back, and you'll be able to shoot pretty good footage of this. I have a picture from the back as well as the video from the front and the back. You guys will be able to see those right about now. I think I'll be playing those. And really, comparison to the iPad 3 and the iPad 4, they're pretty much exactly the same. You're not going to find any difference between the two. So what are my final thoughts on the iPad mini? Should you guys get this? In my opinion, you should. I definitely think that this is one of the best tablets out there right now, just because of the form factor of it, how small it is. I can hold it in one hand, and you get all the benefits of being an Apple device. You have iOS, you have it being an iPad. You know you're going to get good apps with it because of the App Store. I mean, it's just, if you do like Apple and you like an iPad but you don't have one yet, I definitely suggest you go pick one of these up. Or if you guys want to wait till the Retina display comes out, I guarantee they're going to have one in the next generation, the iPad 2, the iPad mini 2. Guarantee it's going to have a Retina display. If they don't do that, then that's pretty much a bad move on their part. But if you guys want to, if the Retina display really bugs you that much, just definitely wait till the next one, because it will have one. I can't really think of anything bad to say about it besides the Retina display and the fact that it isn't running the latest A6X chip, I think it is now. It is running the A5 chip, but again, you really can't tell the difference when you're playing games, when you're opening apps, anything like that. It pretty much is on par with the iPad 4. So yes, you guys should definitely get the iPad mini if you do not already have an iPad. If you already have an iPad, unless you have the iPad 2 or the iPad 1, you really don't need the iPad mini. But if it's like your first iPad and you kind of want to get into the iOS feel with it, definitely go pick one of these up. At least go look at it at an Apple store and try it out for yourself, and figure it out if you guys actually want one of these and if it's going to be right for you. But yeah, for a $330 price point, you really can't go wrong with buying the iPad mini. If you don't want to spend $500 on the new iPad and you don't want to buy an iPod Touch, definitely go check one of these out. You guys will not be disappointed. So that's pretty much it for my review of the iPad mini. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up top so you guys can see all my new videos. I love all you subscribers. I'm almost at 8,000 subscribers, and once I hit that, it'll be a pretty big giveaway. I promise you guys that, so make sure you guys look forward to that. Also, if you guys could please hit that like button down below if you guys like this video. It helps me out a ton and only takes you guys a second. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys.